People sometimes ask me, if you had to start your life all over again, what would you do? I think the answer is the same, exactly the same. I would start as a child in my father's nurseries, helping him to raise tens of thousands of forest trees. And today, there's even a greater need in the world. It's a question of planting trees for survival.
Why we love trees? Because we take trees as a source of life to our farm.
They provide us with fruits.
They bring rain.
They earn a lot of money.
They cover the soil, so the soil else is not left bare.
You can use them as firewood. They can act as fuel.
We are so grateful to the International Tree Foundation for the donation or for us to be able to grow various types of trees.
The Molly and Paul Children's Village looks after over 300 orphans from across East Africa, giving them food, shelter and education.
The ITF gave us this money to buy these trees, to start this project. It is commercial, at the same time benefiting the village, at the same time benefiting the environment. So we are stoning 3 birds with one stone.
A newly built farm school is teaching the children lessons in agriculture with a focus on the importance of trees.
Then when we have no fruit trees, we get vitamin deficiency.
In the case of the environment, their roots, they hold up the soil together, hence preventing soil erosion.
Children here know how to grow trees, so as they grow up, it is going to be their business.
There is also time for fun.
You can get 2 trees, like that one and that one. You can use as a goal.
In the UK, Imberhorn School in West Sussex are also teaching the importance of trees, with help from the International Tree Foundation.
Well, we set the gardening project up about 4 years ago. It was specifically to work with a couple of students who were basically at the risk of being permanently excluded from school. So we approached the International Tree Foundation, applied for grants and were successful.
I never knew how to plant a tree before gardening, so I learned how to actually plant one.
Well, it helps me a lot with my behaviour. At the beginning of last term, I got sent out 16 to 17 times, which is I'm pretty embarrassed by. But since I started gardening project, I've only got sent out 2 times, which is a really good improvement, and I've been trying really hard to get my extra gardening starting, because now I'd much rather spend my time maybe looking after them trees and sitting inside an RE lesson, listening to something which I might not use in later life.
The students that may have not initially made it all the way through to the end of their GCSEs because they were struggling academically are now making it all the way through, and we've yet really to have any students that have been on the gardening project not to make it all the way through. So as far as that is concerned, I think it's had a huge impact on the school, and I hope it continues to have a huge impact on the school and a huge impact on the students that are involved in it, really.
The International Tree Foundation also funds Trees for Cities in the UK. In South London, they've funded a community garden for the Brenchley Gardens estate.
Someone sent me a letter saying, would you like trees? We said yes.
Ticked every single box, yes please.
They brought plans up, what they were going to do.
And just this horde of people turned up with vans and marquees and just blitzed it.
We put apple trees, plum trees.
We've learned a lot of things such as names of plants.
It has a little change in the area because the area used to be a bit rough.
A lot different to when I moved up here, a lot better. For the last 3-4 years now, I've been suffering from on and off from depression, and I find that having things like this to do in the garden, it kind of helps. I'm not as low or down or gloomy as I was, you know. I do smile at times, I do have, you know. I can look out and say, well, yes, that looks nice, and it's right under my front door as well. As soon as I walk out, I can see it, you know, and I think it's what I needed. It's like a godsend for me anyway, from where I came from to here now.
The International Tree Foundation has been planting and protecting trees for over 80 years. With your help, they can continue for another 80 years. Visit www.internationaltreefoundation.org for more information on how you can get involved.